Hey, what's up, guys? Brandon here. We're going to be looking at a fucking classic, awesome game today. Quake 1. Now, Quake is a game. Now, first of all, just for some context, a little historical context. This is after Doom in id's library, obviously. Doom is clearly, quite a bit more primitive than this. This is like a huge step up. This is actual 3D. You know, it's amazing. It's so good. I'm talking a lot from the perspective of someone who played it, back in the day, where I was quite used to Doom and Duke 3D and stuff. And then at some point, my dad got Quake, and Quake was just like, oh wow. Now I am playing this in like a modified engine version, so it's a little bit cleaner. I mostly did it so I could have mouse support. That was nice and smooth. And the graphics are not too much different. I mean, they were definitely a lot blurrier in the original context. But, this isn't like a huge difference. I think, yeah, didn't I not check a secret earlier? I'm not really trying to get like all the secrets or anything. I'm just generally giving a tour. So the reason the screen is all bright now and I'm fucking gibbing everything on one shot is because I got quad damage. Quad damage is a beautiful thing. Now we got a new gun here. The oh, you know what? Let me pop the little the little HUD up there. This is the nail gun. You start off with this, the shotgun, and then an axe, just in case. Although I don't think I've ever had to use the axe once while playing this game. The only times I've ever used it are because I felt like it, But now we got the double-barreled shotgun. So we're picking up weapons at a neat little pace here, and there's definitely more weapons in the next level. This game just fucking rocks. It has a really fantastic soundtrack done by Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails, of course. And there's just so much about this game that I love. I'm definitely like fanboying it right now. I can't help it. This is truly a classic from when I was a kid. And it's not just that the technology was impressive, it's also just got this really interesting atmosphere. This first level is not so much where the atmosphere kicks in. It starts to kind of kick in as you go further into the game, where it becomes very like horror almost. There's a lot of really creepy things. It's very like I don't know. I don't know if I can explain it properly, but here's like the first proper level where you're no longer in like the military installation. So let's get right up on him. This thing is an ogre. I didn't really explain the other enemies, but the other enemies, these guys, they're just grunts who have been like zombified by whatever the hell the forces of Quake are supposed to be, and they just kind of have guns and they're pretty basic. But the thing I just killed was an ogre. They have a fucking chainsaw in one hand and a grenade launcher in the other. So yeah, definitely lots of interesting enemy ideas and just cool shit. I mean, Quake is fucking, it's where it's at. I'm sorry if this is kind of annoying, just me talking about how great this game is, but it really is. It's super good. And if you somehow have never played this and you're a fan of first-person shooters, I say definitely do it, because this, I think, was an extremely influential game. And sadly, to me at least, none of the sequels kept up the style. Starting with Quake 2, it switched to a lot more sci-fi, and it wasn't quite like this. There was not this like otherworldly horror kind of atmosphere to it, which is a real shame to me, because that was what I really loved about Quake. I never actually finished any of the sequels. I tried to beat Quake 4, but I can't remember why I stopped playing it. I just kind of gave up at one point. Not because it was like difficult or anything, just I was like, I don't want to keep playing this. It's not really that good. Or at least not interesting, I should say. But, yeah, I think the key... Yeah, the door's over here. Okay. Okay. We're going to play, like, the first 3 levels. So we're already on, like, the second level, so we only got a little bit more to go. But I just want to give like a nice little little taste of Quake here. And then where do I go? I'm drawing a blank. Oh lord, I'm really drawing a blank here. Where do I go? Totally. I can't think. Where am I going? Is it here? No. Wait, somebody's alive. I can at least kill them. Get fucked, buddy. Shit. I'm definitely... I'm gonna feel really stupid when I figure out where I'm going. Oh my god, yeah, of course. I'm stupid. I'm really stupid. For some reason in my brain, that was the entrance I came from. I don't know why. Again, it's definitely, it changes things when you're recording. It's not the same. Alright, so those were zombies. You can only kill them by gibbing them. If you just shoot them with regular weapons, they're gonna get right back up. So you gotta blow them into pieces. And we got a grenade launcher now, which is a very handy piece of equipment, especially considering the information I just said about zombies. Oh yeah, I didn't even give time for that to happen. That's a trap, but it's really easy to figure out that you just need to shoot the big red button to escape it. So, you know, no big deal. Now, this was followed up by an expansion pack called Mission Pack 1, Scourge of Armagon. And then there was also a Mission Pack 2 called Disillusion of Eternity. Now, as for Scourge of Armagon, we definitely had that when I was a kid, and it was one of my favorite things ever. I like Scourge of Armagon more than I like Quake. And the reason for that, I know there's a secret over here. I like that. That's actually one I didn't know about till a lot later. I didn't know about that one when I was a kid. But anyway, just kill all these fucking zombies. And I'm not going to waste the grenades on this one. I'm just going to shoot them so that they fall down and get out of my way. I don't know why I'm acting like grenades are super precious. I have a bunch of them. But yeah, so we had Scourge of Armagon when I was a kid. We did not have Disillusion of Eternity, and I didn't actually hear about it even for a very long time. I only heard about that when I got older, and I had the internet, and then I found out that there was a fucking Mission Pack 2. And I have played it as an adult, but I don't like it. And I'm not sure if this is a case where, like, my inclination towards liking this game because of my exposure to it at such a young age is affecting my ability to enjoy the other one, which I did not grow up with. But I can also think of logical reasons why I don't like Disillusion of Eternity. It's the setting doesn't feel right to me. You don't want to be in the way of that. That thing will fuck your ass. But yeah, Scourge of Armagon is a lot of fun. It's probably shorter than this. I don't actually know how many levels there are between the two games, but Scourge of Armagon is shorter, but it's got really cool levels, or at least I thought they were cool. It has some extra weapons to make it a little bit more fun. So you get like a laser cannon, which is easily my favorite weapon, period. It's so goddamn cool. Let's fuck this guy up. And let's see, there was also a proximity version of the grenade launcher, which is fine. It's not really anything that I'm terribly interested in. But, you know, it's cool that it's there, and there's, of course, things you can do with it. I'm just not a fan of proximity weapons in most games. Oh, here, let's, kill these fuckers. Okay. I don't remember how to get up there, by the way, so that's not going to happen. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so Scourge of Armagon kicks a shitload of ass, and actually, I might even just fire that up and play the first couple levels of that, just to show that off too. I have a huge love for that one. Never played Disillusion of Eternity as a kid, but I played it as an adult, and I just don't like it as much. The weapons that they added to that are not as fun, because they're just alternate ammo types. And you know what? Yeah, we're gonna fire up Scourge of Armagon here. So give me just 1 second to do that. Okay. Oh, yeah, this one starts off differently. There's not an episode selection. You just pick your difficulty and you get going. So we're just gonna pick normal. But yeah, the new weapons in Disillusion of Eternity are not as fun, and they don't include the weapons that were added in Mission Pack 1. So that's kind of a letdown for me, because if it had the laser rifle, I might actually dig it quite a bit more. But they don't, so, you know, that's just how that goes. I will argue that this game's soundtrack is not nearly as atmospheric, but it's still got some really, like, kick-ass tracks compared to the original Quake. But yeah, I love this fucking game. I love Quake 1. Not so much Disillusion of Eternity, and then Quake 2 is all sci-fi with like an alien invasion, and I just don't dig that as much. It's not nearly as interesting to me. The idea of Quake, like these interdimensional like creatures invading our dimension, that's a lot more interesting to me than like, you know, sci-fi future alien invasion with like ships and stuff. It's a lot more technological, and for some reason I just find like the creepy, like almost Lovecraft style of invading otherworldly creatures to be a lot more interesting. So yeah, I never got into Quake 2 at all. I've never finished Quake 2. I do own it, and I'm planning on giving it another try eventually, but we'll have to see. I just have a hard time getting myself motivated to play that fucking game. Here we go. Laser gun. Now this thing is awesome. It does have ricocheting shots, but look at that. Look at that shit. That is beautiful. We're gonna try to conserve ammo here. Yeah, this game is it's like in my DNA, you know, like I always just have such a blast when I play Scourge of Armagon. It's just fun. Like I'm just sitting here sucking these games' dicks, but I can't help it, man. This is just good shit. I don't want to go in there. There's definitely a secret here. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, here's the proximity gun. Oh, I think I forgot to mention, there is another weapon that's added in Scourge of Armagon that is a hammer. It's Mjolnir, and when you hit it against the ground, it shoots out lightning, and, you know, obviously fucks up the day of whoever's on the receiving end of that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give Quake 2 a try at some point. I just really don't like it as much. For some reason, it just doesn't feel like it has much of a personality. And also, the version on Steam doesn't have a soundtrack. I mean, neither does this, but I'm already familiar with the soundtrack, so once I installed it using, you know, like a source engine thing where you... The thing I mentioned where, you know, like I wanted to use it to get mouse support. You can add in the original soundtrack again. I don't know if there's a way to do that for Quake 2, so I'm gonna have to figure that out if I try to go play that. Okay, just give it a second. It will explode. Okay, that's taking longer than I thought. Let's see if we can... There we go. Because if you're in that room when the explosion goes off, you will get fucked up. Oh god, I always feel like a sense of like childish glee when I play, particularly Scourge of Armagon, but also when I play the first Quake, because they're both just really good. Oh, where am I going? I am ever so slightly lost. I think there's a... Yeah, we go this way. Oops. Now, one funny thing about this engine I'm using is I can actually play the original Quake maps in this game's. You know, like I can fire them up through the console, which means I can cheat, give myself the laser rifle, and and have the laser rifle in the original Quake, and that shit's fucking fun. And you can open this, although there's not a huge amount of reason to do that. I guess if you just wanted to go back through the level, but as you can see, we killed everything. We missed 2 secrets, but I'm not exactly the most secret knowledgeable guy. Yeah, goddamn. Just tons of fun. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you like first-person shooters, play this one, at least for the history, you know, for the understanding of what this game did for first-person. I don't know why I did that. I'm not in any position to access the secret level right now. Yeah, that's how you access the secret level. Is you got to shoot this, and then I'll show you what it does. There's that bridge right there. It's going to retract in a second, though. What you have to do is shoot it with a proximity mine. That way you can get over there, and by the time it explodes, you have time to actually cross the bridge. Otherwise, there's no way to make it there. But yeah, this fucking game, Jesus Christ. This brings up a significant amount of memories and good times, you know. It's a game I played a lot of when I was younger. Even well past when it was, you know, no longer, you know, the newest of games that I owned, of course. Oh yeah, this is the Shield of Empathy, or Empathy Shields, I guess, for simplicity. When I get shot, it hurts whatever's attacking me, so it's a cool little buff. And this was also something that was not in the original game. This is exclusively in Scourge of Armagon. Is there more? Oh yeah, more spawned in here. Alright. So, we activated these little platform... Oh wait, did we not? Wait, I'm confused. I totally confused myself. That's not what we did. We activated this bridge. That's what we did. Okay. Getting ahead of myself. Yeah, sorry I'm following silence so much. I just fucking... I have such an affection for this game. So now we can go back underwater, because we know that there is a... what do you call it? Blue door. Down here, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, something important to point out. If you're using the laser weapon, or any other weapon that uses cell-type ammo, which is these boxes right here, you don't want to shoot that shit underwater. You will instantly kill yourself. You'll also kill everything else underwater with you, but that's not generally a viable strategy. It is funny if you're trying to troll someone while you're playing co-op, though. I remember playing this a lot with my sister and my dad. I think... I'm trying to remember which game we might have played co-op more. I think I'm the kind of person who I can play the same game over and over again a lot. And a lot of people, when they play something co-op with me, it's like, that's the one time they're ever going to do it in their life, you know? Then they don't want to play the game anymore. Because a lot of people, you know, they're good after they play the game once. But if I really like something like this, I could play this, like, I don't know how often, but a lot, you know? Okay, so we want to make sure we go on this side. You mean, yeah, okay. It's kind of hard to navigate around my microphone. It's, like, right in front of my keyboard, so... It's not super easy to switch between weapons. Oh, we got the perforator. Okay, this is the baby. This is the baby. I love this fucking thing. Look at this. This thing's awesome. It shoots 2 nails. Oh, we ran out of ammo. It shoots 2 nails per shot instead of 1, so you can really rack up damage at like a brutal rate. It's really fucking awesome. We gotta get up there and get that fucking health before we die. Oh god, I'm bad at jumping. Okay. We're good to go. We'll kill these guys off, and then we'll go ahead and take a second look, make sure we picked up everything we want to pick up. Now, despite being a shotgun, this weapon has pretty decent range. It's just, Since it's like the basic weapon, it's really not super good. Now, they actually set you up to put that together for yourself, that you can get to the secret level using that. But we're gonna take a look around. Look, yeah, see, got some of that. Oh, I just realized they don't actually give you the regular grenade launcher before they give you this one. Interesting. Even if I hadn't have picked up the secret one on the first level. So, you know what? Oh, where? Oh, shit. See, the thing I haven't mentioned about these scorpions, their tail attack is extraordinarily powerful. It will fuck you up. So, I think we can make it... I think I'm going the right way. This was how we got over there, right? Yeah, it's up here. Okay, so it'll explode. I think I got a text message. Just gotta make sure I don't miss anything. I've got... Oh, God. Yeah, we'll deal with that in a minute. So yeah, this is the way to end the level, through the secret area. There was also, on those two moving platforms across the water, if you take the gold key out that way, you can get out through the normal entrance. Or exit, excuse me. But this takes you to a secret level. And this is about where we're going to stop. That's a pretty good dose of both of these games. All the really cool levels of Scourge of Armagon come after this video ends, I promise. So, go ahead and exit out there. And switch back. So, I didn't include all the really cool levels in Scourge of Armagon. I mean, I couldn't include them in the first Quake either, because I'm not doing full playthroughs of these games. But rest assured, all the good shit in Scourge of Armagon comes after at least that secret level, for sure. It starts kind of getting gradually more and more awesome. The first couple of levels in each of those games are kind of the less interesting ones. And then, of course, with Quake, you can play the episodes in any order you want, but I tend to play them in order. And episode 1 I am very fond of, because I played the first episode of Quake the most, because oftentimes I would just start up a new game with the express purpose of playing just the levels I wanted to play, rather than doing the whole 4 episodes. And Scourge of Armagon is broken up into 2 episodes, and it's like linear. You go through like we were doing, and then there's a definite point where it switches to a new, like a new half of the game. Or there might even be 3. I think it's just 2, though. Anyway, those are 2 awesome, fucking excellent games from my childhood. Quake and Scourge of Armagon are really good. I definitely recommend them if you want to get them on Good Old Games or Steam. And if you get them on Good Old Games, they might come with the soundtracks, but I would double check. And if you get them on Steam, you can find a way to put the soundtrack back in. But I definitely recommend playing with the soundtracks intact, because that does definitely give a lot to the experience. Particularly the original Quake has just such a thick atmosphere when you take the soundtrack into account. So, yeah, that was pretty fun. This is one of those times on this series where I'm going to look at a game, or in this case, I looked at 2 games, but they're basically the same game, so I don't feel like that's cheating too much. But, I'll look at something and it'll be something that I really enjoyed at the time, and I still really enjoy. I think Quake is an example of a game that's very nostalgic, and it holds up. It's not just my childhood goggles making this seem better, through the magic of time passing. It's like still awesome, and I really enjoy Quake. It's just so good, and I'm very sad that there is not a modern version of Quake 1. Because like I said, all of the Quake games since Quake 1 have not returned to that style. They all moved on to the Strogg being the bad guys, and I just feel like that has a lot less identity to it. So, and I don't know how many people agree with me. I know Quake 2 is a pretty popular game. I think it was very successful when it came out, but I don't really know what the general vibe is with other people, what they think of those games as a whole, which one they think is the best. For me, Quake is like pretty unbeatable. I just prefer Scourge of Armagon because of the laser gun, and I do have a a lot of attachment to some of the levels in that one in particular. Um, and also, there's new enemies. I forgot to mention there's new enemies that are also those can be fun too. There's these little pricks. They steal your guns, and they can use them to kill you. So that's something to watch your back for if you go back and play these games. But yeah, I cannot stress enough. These are really good, and the fact that they're old is not that much of a detriment. They still hold up really well. Like I still play, Doom 1. I still definitely play Quake. So if you haven't played these games before, I really do recommend that you try them out. And if you have played them before, let me know what you think of Quake as a whole and which Quake you think is the best, whether you think it'd be a good idea for them to return with a new Quake set in the style of Quake 1, or if you think they should just keep ignoring it forever. Love to hear your thoughts. Hope you all have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video, whatever that may be.